Hey everybody, and welcome to TalkChain, the podcast where we get into all things crypto. Today we're going to talk about a subsidiary of the Toronto Stock Exchange launching its own brokerage platform for crypto. We're also going to talk about Santander, which is going to launch a Ripple-based platform app to send money across borders. My name is Matt. Rob's above.
What's up, guys?
If you like what we're doing, guys, please like, subscribe, leave us a review. It would be great if we could get that for you, and do it right now. So let's get into it. Rob, the Toronto Stock Exchange, your homeland, is finally bringing another brokerage platform to the country.
My home and native land. Yeah, we it's part of the national anthem for those of you who don't know. But yeah, so the TSX is the main exchange in Canada and a subsidiary of the Toronto Stock Exchange. Is going to be launching a brokerage, which I think it'll open up the markets for a lot of Canadians to have access who otherwise wouldn't and don't really want to set up an account on Coinbase or Quadriga or anything else. So I think it's going to be good for the markets overall.
Yeah, so it looks like it's not even the Toronto Stock Exchange. So the Toronto Stock Exchange is run by the TMX group, and they have a subsidiary called Shorcan Digital Currency Network, and they are partnering with another company called Paycase Financial, and they're going to create this new brokerage platform. So I don't know how it's going to work, but it seems like people are going to need to get a new account with this new company, but I think the fact that it's going to be part of the TMX group is going to provide some legitimacy to the operation.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Just having such a well-respected group of people involved is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and so Paycase is already established as like a money payment app, kind of like Venmo for those of us in the United States, but I assume this is like pretty, I don't know, do you use Paycase? Have you ever heard of Paycase, Rob?
No, I've never used it.
So they already send it, the app is already set up to send money overseas, which is kind of interesting. But I assume that this is going to be a whole new product that they launch with this brokerage platform. And given that Paycase has this already established app, it seems like it would be easy for them to figure out their expertise when it comes to a platform, given that the TMX group has established the Toronto Stock Exchange.
Yeah, and I think you can really see that a real blending starting to happen with people involved in the financial industry starting to adapt the tech of the blockchain technology. So I think that's probably the most important aspect of it.
Yeah, and it would be good if more of these exchanges came on board for Canada, given that I think the market for crypto is probably larger than the amount of people who are actually in it, but people are lazy and they want more legitimate options to buy crypto.
Yeah, so right now the main exchange is CoinSquare, who is launching an IPO on the Toronto Stock Exchange later this year. So I think the more legitimacy that these companies will have, the more likely people are to use them.
Yeah, definitely, and that's going to be really interesting because I think it seems like they're going to be the first company to launch, the first crypto-related company to launch an IPO. I know in the U.S. there's other ones going on, but in Canada anyway, CoinSquare, that's going to be it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, so the TSX has something called TSX Ventures, which has a lot less rules that are involved with getting on that exchange. But so like you don't have to have like a prospectus, for example. But on yeah, so this would be the first one to be on the actual TSX. So
Oh wow.
it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, so we'll look forward to that later in 2018. I don't think there's a date set up, but keep your eyes peeled for that. All right, so moving on, let's get to Ripple. So Santander, which is a US bank, is going to be launching a payment app using Ripple's Xcurrent platform this spring. And they say if no one beats us to it. So I don't really get that part because, there's no reason. The whole point of Ripple is that it's this big network of banks that use their their X-current software to transact between each other. So I don't know why they think they need to be number one when it comes to launching this payment app, but this spring it's coming up pretty quick.
Coming up pretty quick, and really the only question that people in the space care about is whether or not XRP tokens are going to be used or not.
Yeah.
So I think that's super important to everybody, and I think that's why the price isn't fluctuating anymore based on these partnerships and the news.
Yeah.
It's already got such a significant amount of value, and people are waiting to see if anyone's going to use them.
Well, that's the thing. And in their white paper, they don't even go through the purpose of the XRP token. They really talk about their software and the whole goal behind creating this standardized software that banks can use to communicate between each other. But the XRP token, in my opinion, didn't really fit like a purpose necessarily. So we'll have to see, I guess, because, yeah, I don't know. If the token itself isn't being used, then I don't know. Does it have any value? There's value in the company, but I don't know if the token itself has any value then.
Yeah, so I agree with that. So I think I'm gonna stay away from Ripple personally, unless they do some sort of like an IPO where you get some sort of investment back in some way, or some asset, or like if they make it a securities token, then maybe get involved. But it's right now it's not looking great for me.
Well, yeah, at least the token itself, the tech seems solid in the sense that it's really filling this unmet need, and so Ripple, along with Stellar, along with OMG, I think there's and Request Network, they're all these like finance-related payment coins that are trying to make cross-border payments easier. And Ripple's definitely gotten the most attention, given that it's got all these collaborations with legitimate banks right now. But yeah, I don't know about the token itself, so we'll have to see how that works out. But the CEO of Santander said that it'll be open for Spain, Brazil, the UK, and Poland. So that's a decent number of people who are going to be able to use the app. And if they're using the Ripple infrastructure, I think that would be pretty cool, given that it'll be the first one that's actually going to be used by an established bank.
So is it people from those countries can send to the other countries involved? Is that?
Yeah, I assume that's what it is. And so, I don't know, they don't even mention the US, which surprises me. But
I think it's not that easy to be able to, or there's probably just more restrictions on making that happen.
I guess so, yeah. That must be it. But I guess it's just between these countries then. And, you know.
I'm sure more will be added as time goes on.
Yeah. You would think so. But I think once these start to get going, it'll also be obvious how much better the software is, or the system is, compared to traditional like wires or something like that. Because the whole point, so with Ripple, you know, they're going to technically be able to show you how much the transaction is going to cost up front, and it's going to be like instant. So this is going to be really neat to see how, if the system works as well as Ripple says it does.
Yeah, so I don't think they expect it to be instant right away. Well, no, with this app, it says same day. So,
Okay.
Which is much better than other transfer formats. But
Sure.
yeah, I think as time goes on and they kind of see how everything unfolds, I'm sure they'll do some improvements to make sure that that's a significant amount faster.
Yeah. Maybe the goal is instant, but same day, I guess, is cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have there's like a $10 billion target market for international retail payments. So it seems like they're going to be entering quite a big space. And since they're going to be the only ones that are doing it so quickly, I feel like it's really going to give them a head start.
Yeah, and you know, for a smaller bank, I guess in the U.S., it's neat to see them jump on this, and if it works out really well, it could really boost their reputation as adopting tech and becoming better for it.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Other than that, looking across the markets, we have a green day, Rob, which is making me feel good. Unfortunately, though, what is it? Oh, Icon is down today, which is making me real pissed off. And what's also making me pissed off is Tron is up 30 goddamn percent, up to 5 cents for no reason.
No reason at all.
I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah. Now, Icon had a significant pump off the Korean news, and yeah, so a pullback is kind of understandable.
Yeah,
Probably up like 70% this week.
yeah. For that reason, I'm not too upset. I did notice also that Binance Coin is almost at $15 now, which is pretty crazy. I think all the news with Binance is really they're really setting themselves apart from the competition when it comes to being an established exchange. The move to Malta is obviously going to be better for them if they're going to be able to create a fiat to crypto on-ramp. And check out my video yesterday if you want more details on that. But the coin itself, I think they're still doing the burns every quarter, so you can look for that to sort of time a good opportunity to jump in. But we'll see how that continues. Other than that,
Yeah.
I'm not making any moves. I'm just watching the markets and hoping we continue to get more bullish after we've been in this ongoing downtrend. But with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Gonna wrap it up. Please follow us on Twitter and see our posts on Reddit at TalkChainPod, and leave us a comment, like, or subscribe.
All right. Take care, guys.
Thanks a lot, everybody. See ya.